Now that Joker's in Smash, I wanted to capitalize on the opportunity. So I made his dagger. Now on YouTube, all I've seen is the dagger has been made out of plaster and plywood. So I wanted to make it out of metal. So that's what I did. So here you go. One of the fun parts about doing this is I pretty much had to do it from scratch because there's no blueprints of this up as far as I can see. So this is the kind of closest accurate, genuine measurement, and this is what the actual scale of it will be once finished. The dagger consists of 4 pins, a center hole, 2 notches cut out of the blade, and the overlays which are attached by the pins. In some designs, there's a slot that's cut out of the back of this pommel piece, but I don't really think I'm going to cut it out because it seems to be pretty useless. I've redrawn my plans onto a slab of steel which I'll cut out to act as the base piece. I'm going to do some forward thinking here. Before I cut out the main body of the dagger, I'm going to drill the 2 holes in the side of the blade before I start on everything else. It'll make it much easier for the magnetic drill to attach to the slab of steel while it's still fully intact. Just finished cutting all the metal off the blade. There's a lot of filing work to be done with it before it's completely perfect, but like I still have to file this a lot because they don't match. You can see where the holes for the pins will be, and the hole in the middle, still have to drill that. But after finishing this, I'll do the bevels as well, I think. I'll actually do the bevels before putting the overlays on it. I still need to grind that as well. So because metal is just awkward sometimes, I've had to cut out these overlays a good few times. But here we have our final finished piece. So I'll take this slab and I'll cut it down the middle. And I'll take that overlay and I'll place it on top of here. And as I'm cutting it out, the plan is that I should cut out the pattern underneath. So let's get it cut out. And we're back up to speed. So I've gotten the overlays redone, refinished. They still have to have a bit of sanding done on the surface, but otherwise though, yeah, pretty good. We're back to where we were. So, but this time around, rather than drilling it with the pillar drill, what I did was I drilled one hole in the end of the overlays. One side, made sure they matched up with the pattern on the blade. And what I'm going to do then is, as you can see here, or what I have done, is I have a drill bit, a size 8 drill bit, which is the size of the hole, and it lines up. I have underneath, I have the other overlay attached up, and it's lined up nicely for what way the holes will go. I'll drill the holes straight through on this with a hand drill. And so then all 4 holes will be matching up. Bam! There we go. The next step is to tap these holes here. Everything is lined up nicely and ready to go. I even have started the thread on this as well. So take it nice and slowly and work our way down along. Woo! That's the last hole threaded, and let's check. So usually you'd use pins to hold all these kind of like slabs and stuff together. And anyway, it's kind of cooler if you put these in. I think there's something that looks nicer about it. Of course, I'll be cutting off the tops, the nuts, and I'll grind them down flat when I'm cleaning the surface properly for when I'm going to spray paint it. Right now I'm just testing if all the bolts will go in properly. So far so good anyway. At this point, all that's really left to do with this main center slab of iron, or the blade, is do a bit of polishing on this area, the exposed areas. So right now all I'm doing is I'm giving it a nice little polish, just to make my life easier for when it's actually nearly fully finished. Literally all I'll have to do is a bit of light polishing just to make sure it doesn't rust up. A bit of spray paint, which I might do now. I might just throw a little bit of a clear coat over it, and then voila, Bob's your uncle. So this should theoretically prevent this area from rusting. Boys and girls, we are on the final assembly. The final assembly. So this is the last chance to get things right. I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Because once you put these pins in, that's it. Those slabs are coming off unless I completely grind the pins, so that's it, that's it. This is how
it has come out.
Here's the next step. Grinding down the surface and making sure these bad boys are flat. As you can see, I've already done a tiny touch. I mean, as in like a few seconds. And it's not going to take as long as I thought it would.
I've cut out these little stickers that are around the same shape as these pins or screws. And that's what I'll use to cover them up while spray painting over it.
Pray to Mamma Mia that this works. I'll be putting multiple layers on this also. So what I just applied was primer. And primer is like the base coat of paint. And I'm hoping it does its job properly. Great. I'm glad to say that the Joker Dagger is now fully finished. So we're going to wrap up this video the way most other videos are wrapped up. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you enjoyed the content and kind of want to see more in the future, well, subscribe, please. But what I'm asking for mainly is feedback. I love to see feedback on the videos because it really does help if there's something that like points me in the direction to improve myself or just to make the content better. It really does help, and I love to hear people's opinions. But for now, this has been me, Corian, and I look forward to seeing you in the... What the fuck?